Sales tax. When to charge GST and PST. As a small business owner, it's important to know when you should start charging any tax and whether you are charging GST or PST. Especially as a business owner in Canada and British Columbia, it's important to know what sales taxes apply to your business and when to charge each. Let's explore this in today's video. The GST is the Goods and Services Tax. That is the federal tax which is currently at 5% and charged throughout all the provinces and territories in Canada. This is the tax that most business owners throughout Canada are familiar with. PST, however, is a provincial sales tax that is applied and varies throughout Canada depending on province. Some provinces have chosen to keep PST separate from GST. The provinces that still have a provincial sales tax are British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec, though only BC and Saskatchewan refer to it as PST. This means that BC business owners need to take care to consult with their accounting professionals to understand when to charge PST in addition to GST. BC's current PST rate is 7% while Saskatchewan's is 6%. Manitoba refers to this tax as a retail tax, or RTS, which is 8%, and Quebec refers to its as Quebec Sales Tax, or QST, that is 9.975%. Currently, Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador have combined their PST with their GST from the federal government and have created an HST, or Harmonized Sales Tax. Ontario's HST is 13%, while the other provinces have an HST of 15%. At this time, Alberta, Northwest Territories, Yukon, and Nunavut do not have any additional provincial sales tax. These provinces only have GST. It is important to note that it doesn't matter if you're taking part in online sales or in-person sales when discussing taxes. The GST will be applicable where required by the product or service. When it comes to PST or HST, it can become more complicated, as you'll be required to collect tax at their provincial rate. It's important to speak with your accounting professional before looking at online sales. A closer look at GST. To begin with, it's important to know if GST is applicable to your business. You may be exempt from paying GST if you're classified as a small supplier. A small supplier refers to a company or individual that has a revenue of less than $30,000 over the last 4 consecutive calendar quarters. The Government of Canada states that if you exceed the $30,000 threshold over the previous 4 or fewer consecutive calendar quarters, you must register for the GST and start charging GST on your effective registration date. The effective registration date is no later than the beginning of the month after you are no longer termed a small supplier. When you register for a GST account, this will become part of your business number, or BN. If you do not already have a BN number, you'll receive one when you register for your GST account. This number is what will identify your company with the Government of Canada. The easiest method is to access them through the business registration online service. The Canadian government has an extensive guide as to what GST is applied to and what is exempt. Some of the more common taxable sales include most retail goods, professional services including accounting, legal, software development, advertising, and so on, meals and drinks provided in restaurants, the sales and rental of commercial real property, sales of new housing, clothing and footwear. There's also an extensive list of products and services that are referred to as zero-rated supplies. Not to be confused with exempt services, they are applied a rate of tax at 0%. To simplify and explain this, it means that you would not charge GST on the following items, but you may be eligible to claim these input tax credits for the GST paid when filing, which include basic groceries such as bread, milk, and vegetables, prescription drugs, some medical devices and feminine hygiene products, most farm livestock, agricultural products, and most fishery products. As a business, you'll not have to charge GST if you're selling goods or services that are GST exempt. In most cases, you would also not be able to receive any tax credits. These include most health, medical, and dental services, many educational services, including courses supplied by vocational schools or tutors, services such as childcare and music lessons. As well, there are other groups that you do not have to charge GST to. These include Indigenous peoples, provincial and territory governments. As these are only examples of products and services that GST may or may not be applied to, it's best to consult either your accounting professional or one of the links in the description for a more extensive list. We recommend again that you consult your accounting professional in order to have them explain exactly how to fill out a GST return and how often this needs to be done. They can also explain how to remit or pay any tax that you have collected, as well as how to claim input tax credits. It's essentially GST you paid that may be recoverable. A closer look at PST. Whether or not you're a small supplier varies from province to province. More specifically, BC has a small seller exemption if your gross annual sales are less than $10,000 per year. This means that you do not have to charge PST if you earn less than this. Any business that is not located in BC, including online sales, will have to pay PST if they target or solicit customers in BC, deliver taxable goods to BC, sell taxable goods or software, or accept purchase orders from anywhere in BC. As this can get quite complicated depending on which province you are from or whether or not you're within Canada, we recommend you speak with your accounting professional. In BC, you must register to collect PST if you're located in BC, and you sell or lease taxable goods, or if you provide software or taxable services in the ordinary course of your business in BC. There are some PST exemptions in BC that are applicable to everyone. These include food for human consumption, including basic groceries and restaurant meals, children-sized clothing, bicycles without motors, prescription medications, and some general household medications, books, newspapers, and magazines. Some sales and services that are not taxed with PST in BC include professional services, other than legal services, sales and rentals of real property, residential or commercial, transportation fares, examples like a ferry, airline, bus, or train, admissions and memberships, public and private campsites. There are some additional PST exemptions that may require documentation. These situations include verifying a PST number to confirm their business is also registered for PST. Farmers, contractors, and commercial fishers are considered qualified purchasers and have access to exemption certificates. Wholesalers that do not make any retail sales. When to charge PST. According to the Small Business Guide to PST in British Columbia, PST is the retail sales tax that is payable when a taxable good, software, or service is acquired for personal or business use, unless there's an exemption. Now, we've covered exemptions on PST in BC, but there are some services that must charge PST on. These include selling taxable tangible goods, such as alcohol, cannabis products, motor vehicles, boats, building materials, and furniture, both household and office, and general merchandise, such as appliances, cosmetics, and clothing. Leasing taxable goods, including tools and equipment, motor vehicles, airplanes, and artwork. Services such as maintaining and repairing automobiles, TVs, watches, and knives. Providing software, legal services, or providing telecommunication services. The general PST rate in BC is 7%, but there are some items that are subject to different PST rates, which are noted in the table. Where these lists may seem lengthy, there are certainly more specific details noted on the Government of BC website. It's always wise to consult your accounting professional for further clarification. The quickest way to apply for your PST number in BC is through eTax BC. This process will take approximately 25 minutes to fill out and upload any necessary documents. However, you want to make sure that this is done right, as it can have serious consequences. This is why the best way to apply for a PST number is to consult with your accountant and figure out the best course of action. No matter which method you choose to register for your PST number, it's important to remember that this is a process and it can take up to 21 days, so plan ahead. When it comes to reporting and paying any PST, there are guidelines set up as to how much PST you collect and the frequency in which you need to report. As this can get quite complicated, especially when keeping GST separate from PST, we recommend you speaking with an accounting professional. Need help from an expert? If you need clarification on GST and PST exemptions and their requirements, as well as filling GST and PST, let one of our experts at Valley Business Center help. For over 30 years, Valley Business Center has been providing comprehensive bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services to our clients in Whistler, Squamish, the Sea to Sky Corridor, and Metro Vancouver, BC areas. Valley Business Center provides reliable and effective services to all clients. If you like this video, be sure and click the like button as well as hit the subscribe button to get more helpful information. Thanks for watching.